Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to yet another episode of the Gentleman's Club. I am your host, Marc.antomattei, and if you've seen a recent video upload of mine entitled My Bar at the end of 2017, you would have seen that I showcase all the whiskeys that I own inside of my possession. And somewhere inside the middle of that video, as I was talking about the Suntory whiskeys, I came across the Hibiki Japanese Harmony No Age statement, and I stated that that was my best whiskey of 2017. This video is actually a correction to that. So what I would like to say is there is really another contender, something else that now that I recall was better than the Hibiki Japanese Harmony, which I have sitting right next to me. And I'm getting ready to get into that one today. Unbeknown to me, I completely forgot that I had already conducted a review over my greatest whiskey of the year. And this one was Whiskey Review number 14. And this video was published on October 13th, 2017. So if you were to go back, you would see that. But to keep you from going back, I'm just going to tell you right here, right now. That whiskey was none other than the 17-year-old Hibiki whiskey. I had completely forgot that I had already tried this. This is a brand new, fresh, unopened bottle of this whiskey that I had purchased on Christmas Day. I've already mentioned about that before inside of that video called My Bar. And I said, I'm looking forward to reviewing this in 2018. Well, I had already reviewed this whiskey. Like I said before, it was Whiskey Review number 14 on October 13th. So I remember this a great deal. It was a step above the no age statement. And I remembered that it was very fruity, but the most dominant fruit that I could taste inside of here was oranges for me. So I'm glad to re-present this whiskey to you yet again. The last time that I tried it and I conducted that review, that was actually inside of the bar that's near my house called Memphis. But now I actually have this inside of my possession. So I'm looking forward to telling you guys about this really quick. I'm going to give you a quick history about this whiskey before I crack it open and just do a little tasting for myself. So anyways, here we go. It says Hibiki Whiskey, the paragon of Japanese whiskey. Suntory Whiskey Hibiki is a harmonious blend blessed with the riches of Japanese nature and craftsmanship. Kanzen or complete. Hibiki whiskey is a harmonious blend of innumerous malt and grain whiskeys, which are meticulously blended to create a full orchestra of flavors and aromas. Seductive, blossoming, and enigmatic. Hibiki whiskey celebrates an unrivaled art of blending, fine craftsmanship, and a sense of luxury from the House of Suntory. Hibiki was launched in 1989 to commemorate Suntory's 90th anniversary and has ever since been embraced as the paragon of the art of Japanese whiskey, the very product of Japanese nature and her people. Hibiki whiskey is not only Japan's most highly awarded blended whiskey, but among the most prestigious and honored whiskeys in the world. And I do agree with that. Otherwise, I wouldn't claim this to be my best of the year. There's a little bit more to read about the background of this. This one is called The Origin of Hibiki. It says, in 1987, master blender Kaizo Saji decided to develop a blended whiskey to reflect the sophistication of Suntory's techniques. Chief blender Koichi Inatomi sampled and tasted aged malt whiskeys from 1 million casks at Suntory. Saji and Inatomi then founded the flavor by blending 30 distinctive malt and mellow grain whiskeys. Hibiki is a truly harmonious blend, rich in Japanese nature and craftsmanship. And yet I still have a little bit more information to share. This one is called The Art of Blending. The master blender tastes over 300 malt whiskey samples a day, having final say on the subtle, refined, and complex flavors of Suntory whiskey. To become a blender at Suntory, one needs to be able to communicate with whiskeys that cannot speak. The words of founder Shinjiro Tori live in all Suntory blenders' minds. The art of blending is a continuous collaboration of blenders of the past and the future. And finally, this one is titled The Art of Design, and it is talking about the design of this beautiful bottle, which is quite possibly the most beautiful whiskey bottle that I've seen, or at least have inside of my possession, and has held to this date and time. So the Art of Design says, Hibiki reflects Japanese nature and its artistic sensibilities. The elegant 24-faceted decanter bottle symbolizes time as it relates to Hibiki. So when it says 24-faceted decanter, it's each one of these. If you were to count this going all the way around, there's going to be 24 of these line indentations going all the way around, forming that very beautiful bottle. Each element of the painstakingly handcrafted label reflects Japanese aesthetic. The neck of the bottle, which is here, is encircled by a band of deep purple, Japan's noblest color. Craftsmen are dedicated to conveying Japanese tradition to present and future generations. So I'm getting ready to open this and try this beautiful whiskey for the second time in my life. If you were to take a look here at the top, you could see the nice kanji that is embossed on the top of the bottle. And on the front, on this label, this washi label, this is a very special Japanese paper. A lot of Japanese like to use this paper to do calligraphy drawings on top of it. So on the label it says 17 years old Hibiki Suntory whiskey, a harmonious blend of handcrafted, select, specially aged whiskeys. And this one is a 700 milliliter bottle, and this is bottled at 43% ABV. When you open this, the top is cork. I want to be careful not to spill this. First time opening it, the cork is in there a little bit tight. The way you get this open, I should try to do this again just a little bit for the camera. If a cork is difficult to pull out, the easiest way to get it out, you put your hand on the top and you kind of twist it as if you're actually unscrewing it. Now there's no screws inside of here. It's not a screw top. It's just strictly cork. But to help ease the pressure and to help slide it off gently, you just keep rotating it as you're pulling up. And it comes out nice and easy, and it's not going to break your cork off inside of the bottle. This smells quite nice. I had just washed out my glass maybe about 30 minutes ago. I believe that is a nice helping. I can already smell this, even at the distance that it is away from me now. Let's try to get this very nice and open. Even at a far away distance from me, you can smell this, and it's quite nice. We're going to swirl this around just a little bit to try to open up the smell even a little bit more. That's what this beautiful glass is for, so that you can do this without it sloshing out all over the floor. That's why it has this nice light bulb shape to it, so that the contents stay inside of the glass and not on the floor. 43%. I don't think I'm going to add any water to this too. I think I'm strictly going to leave it like this for today and just have it neat. They say for how many years that is listed on the bottle, that's how long you should keep it inside of your mouth for. Now that we had our initial taste, we're going to go in and we're going to smell it again and see what we can pick apart from this. Again, on the nose, slightly fruity. It has a nice orange smell to it, but not too citrusy. Cannot smell any ethanol, which is very nice for me. That's one of my pet peeves when smelling whiskey on the nose. I hate to have that ethanol smell when you try to get into it. It's a blend of fruits, but something about oranges seems to be the most prominent thing. I inhale and take that deep breath, and it starts to come up. Just a very slight taste of vanilla inside of here. The taste matches very much how it smells, very fruity. This is very smooth to go down, not strong at all. If you like your whiskey with a whole lot of bite to it, this is definitely not the one. This is just something that's very easygoing and relaxing, is how I can best describe it. Let's go ahead and try to finish this off. you swallow. Very nice and smooth, very nice and easy. I like things like this. The bottle that I have currently, well, not as good as the bottle that I had at the bar. It's a slight difference, but overall it's somewhat the same. And I'm still going to attest to this being my best. Always don't expect whiskeys to taste the same. I mean, if you get a bottle and you try another bottle, for the most part, they may remain consistent, but there's going to be a little bit of inconsistencies inside of there. It's just the way that it is. But if it can, for me, if it could stay about 85% consistent with, one batch to another or one bottle to another, I think that's pretty well done by the company for me and my standards. And I think that this has met that. But yes, this is very nice. Now that I've finished drinking that and I talked a little bit, just waiting a little bit, the aftertaste, it's starting to come up. And it's starting to hit me here inside of my mind. Yeah, that's a very nice aftertaste. The last notes about this one. This is as according to the company about what you should be tasting. Only from the 17 years old this applies. It says elegant, poised, slowly revealing a clear yet complex equilibrium. I can attest to that. Slowly revealing a clear yet complex equilibrium. I just called it smooth, and I said it goes down easy. And if you don't like a whole lot of bite inside of your whiskey, this is reinforcing what I just said about that. It says the color is amber. Ah, yes. I hope you could see it as good as I can. My window's right there, and when I hold it up to the light and have the light shine through it, I can easily see it. Nice amber color to this. On the nose, it says peach, apricot, melon, rose, lily, lemon leaf. Individually, I said oranges was the key point for me. But overall, the whole workings of everything together as a harmonious single unit, I just call it fruity. The palate, toffee, black cherry, vanilla, and Mizunara, Japanese oak. So could not chase the black cherry that much, or the toffee, but the vanilla came up at some point in time in the Mizunara oak. The black cherry, I would go so far as to state that it's just part of one of many sums making up the whole of the fruity taste that you have. The finish, sweet, fruity, with lychee aftertaste. There is a hint of the lychee inside of there long after you have swallowed your final gulp out of your glass. But I would not have recognized that if I had not looked at this. It's just one of those things subliminally. It's so complex, it's difficult to pick apart what it is that you taste inside of here. But, just going through the list, some of these things I can recognize that after reading it, yes, it comes to me. Yes, there was a hint of this inside of there, but there are some other things inside of here, such as the black cherry as an individual palate flavor in the toffee that I just could not get out of it. Maybe I'll keep trying my tongue at this over the course of this year, and hopefully I'll pick that up sooner or later. All in all, a very great whiskey. This is my whiskey of the year for 2017. I would like to thank you, gentlemen, for watching yet again another episode of the Gentleman's Club. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Could always use your help and your support here at the channel. Anyways, thank you, gentlemen, for watching. Salute, and I will see you in the next one. And until then, keep it classy.